so much to love about Texas. That's why Texas is home for me. Can't find any place on earth like Texas, and you can't spell Texas without H-E-B.
Welcome back, y'all. You know, Dale Watson is one of the hardest working artists I know. He's constantly writing, recording, and performing. Based out of Austin, his loyal following reaches all the way to Europe and back. Well, what do you say we get to know Dale Watson a little bit better?
Whiskey or God?
I never really thought that I would do music for a living. It kind of just chose me. I was trying to get into the military when I was 18, and I had an eye injury that kept me out of it. And so I was playing music, I was writing music at 18. I was working at a Shasta bottling company in Houston. And my brothers, they had a band, and their singer ended up quitting on them. So they asked me to front the band, and boy, I was green as a gourd. Sounded awful. I was really bad. But I was making $350 a week with them. I was only making $180 working at Shasta, doing 40 hours. So I thought, let me go into this music a little bit. I think maybe that's where I need to go. So, and I just stayed with it, you know, and hopefully gotten a lot better since them days.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Hide and watch me go.
Pasadena, Texas in the early 80s was quite a good place to learn because honky-tonks were everywhere and made a good living. But it wasn't easy by any means. I think my choice to move to LA in the mid-80s was probably the best decision I made musically because I met people there like John Jorgensen from Desert Rose Band, Rosie Flores. She actually is the reason I moved out there. She talked me into moving to LA. Then I got my first record deal with Curb Records, and that was a learning experience because when you get your first record deal, you think, oh, I finally got it made, and that wasn't the case either. You know, so I banged around LA for a little while, and then I went to Nashville to write for a publishing company. I was writing music that I really didn't want to write because I had to write with other people. And it's not that I don't like writing with other people, but I don't like being forced to do anything. And that was just something you had to do in Nashville. So it was probably my darkest period. I was playing music at night in bands, playing guitar for other people, and playing the hits that were on the radio, and it was not good. Finally, I left there and came back to Texas. And that's when things changed because in Austin, Texas, originality is rewarded, and I didn't have to do what Nashville was wanting me to do. And life started here in Austin.
You'd think that you'd know better than to still be carrying on this way. Crashing into 40, might better think about growing up. You got a wife and kid that lean on you, brother, are you strong enough?
I'd written a song called Nashville Rash, and it was on my first album, Cheating Heart Attack.
Help me, Merle, I'm breaking out in a Nashville rash. Should've known it.
Nashville, that's when they first heard of me. It was called the Nashville Rash, because I was chastising them for what they were doing to country music. I thought it couldn't get any worse than it was back in '94 when I wrote that. It has. It's gotten a lot worse.
Help me, Merle, I'm breaking out in a Nashville rash.
My Baby Makes Me Gravy is a song I just wrote. It's not on any record yet. But, I recorded it in Sun Studios, but I haven't released it yet.
Little kiss, nothing left to say. No, no, my baby makes me gravy. Hey, a little grease, a little flour, gives that woman a lot of power. She always seems to know just what I'm craving. She keeps it buttered up with a whole lot of love. My baby makes me gravy off little.
but I love doing what I'm doing. And that is probably what has translated and made my career as good as it is right now. And if it stays right here, that's fine with me, because I'm happy. Life is good. It's been a kick. It's been never would have thought it would end up like it has right now, but I love doing what I'm doing.
Ain't that living? Ain't that love?
All right, now coming up next is our Texas legend and Austin Music Hall of Famer, Rusty Weir. So stay with us.